everybody, welcome back to Pagan's Witchy Corner. My name is Pagan. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. I'm sorry this episode is getting to you a little bit late. We had a situation hit our home, and not in a fun way. My father-in-law, who lives with us, got diagnosed with COVID over the weekend, and we have had to make quarantine preparations for everyone, especially my daughter, who is not eligible to get the vaccine as of yet. So she is the one who has to be super quarantined because of the fact that we can't allow her to get sick. So we are also taking major quarantine precautions around our home. He is also quarantined at the opposite end of the house, but we are doing the best we possibly can. Now, that being said, I was going to give you guys a really great meditative episode, but to be fair, it's really hard to record a meditative episode when you're really stressed out. It's not easy. It's not easy to get into that mindset. So I'm going to push that episode back until all of the stress of this situation here at the house fades away. But this week I did want to talk a little bit about a new tarot deck that I got. I know we just got done talking about divination and all that cool stuff, but we're going to talk a little bit longer about it, but mainly because I have to rave about how cool this deck is. I really do. And plus, it's October, it's spooky season, and it's perfect for you guys to go buy this deck right now. If you're interested in buying the deck that I'm going to be talking about, I will tell you about this a little bit later, but I'm going to tell you right now. There is a link in the description below for this deck. It helps out the show. It helps me out. It gives me a kickback. So please, if you're interested in this deck, go buy it through that link. It definitely helps everything out. That being said, we are going to be talking about the Jack-o'-lantern tarot deck by Giuliano, Costa, and Rachel Paul. This deck came out September 8th, 2021, and it is available through Llewellyn. It's available through Amazon. You can probably get it at your local occult shop. If they don't have it in, they can probably order you a copy. So support your local offices, please. But if not, again, buy it through the link in the description. Let's talk about how cool this deck is. This deck is a gorgeous tarot deck. It is got those beautiful spooky theme vibes because it's got jack-o'-lanterns and skulls and ravens and owls and everything else in it. Beautiful color themes of golds and purples and oranges and reds and everything you could want for those spooky vibes. The weird thing about this deck is it also got some really happy kind of bright vibrancy to it that makes you go, oh, it's spooky, but it's happy. It's one of those decks that you're just like, oh, it's so happy. But if you really look at the imagery, there's some really spooky vibes in each card. Not to say that's a bad thing. It's actually a really great thing. And this is also one of those fun decks that I have seen that speaks absolute volumes of things. For example, I pulled a daily card the other day and I spent 20 minutes looking at this card. Not because I didn't understand it. I knew the meaning of it. I knew what it was supposed to be saying, but I was reading the imagery in it, and there was so much depth in the foreground, in the background, in every piece of this card that was just, it wouldn't shut up in a figurative way. There was so much that I was like, ooh, there's this, and there's this, and this could be this, and let's talk about this. And then you look at the actual meaning of it to see, where is this matching up? And all of it matched up. All of it was so beautiful in the ways that it was talking and speaking. Now, I understand when everybody reads tarot, they read tarot a little bit differently, and that may be something that you don't read that way. That's totally cool. I do like to read traditional tarot that way. When I say traditional, I mean these cards are designed kind of in the theme of Rider-Waite. Now, the difference between Rider-Waite and this one is these are Rider-Waite, but they're a little bit more spicy. And I say spicy because they are differently colored. The imagery is slightly different. The just absolute beauty that they are able to bring in skulls and jack-o'-lanterns and ravens and owls and paint them all in, and bats. I almost forgot the bats. And bring them in such a colorful, vibrant way that it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And so sitting there the other night, we were using these cards for the seance, and we used them on Witchy Wednesday as well. And just playing with this deck, it is probably by far one of my new favorite tarot decks. And I'm really picky about my tarot decks. I'm less picky about my oracle decks because oracle decks are going to be different regardless. But tarot decks really have to speak to me. Really have to speak to me because they're a set of cards. They're a set number of your major arcana and your minor arcana. But this deck was one of those decks when I got it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be fun to review. This is going to be a really cool thing. I'm super excited about it. I was not expecting to get this blown away. And this seems to be the recurring theme with Llewellyn. Llewellyn sends me stuff and I'm just floored by how amazing all of it actually is. And you guys have heard a couple of the fun reviews that I've done here on the channel. If you want more of those reviews, you head over to revelinernetwork.com/news. That's where all of the written reviews are. There is also one for this deck. You can find it there. But I couldn't not talk about this deck with you guys because this deck is stunning. And I say this over and over again because it really is a gorgeous deck. And when you buy the deck, and I hope that you do, I have a feeling that you're going to be just as floored as I was. The cards are not flimsy. They shuffle really nicely. I have yet to do what I call a ding on any of the cards, where you kind of pull the cardstock away from the image or the image away from the cardstock. I've yet to do that. So that tells me it's really good quality cardstock, especially if that's something that's important to you. This deck is just, it's amazing, you guys. Absolutely amazing. I am completely floored by the imagery and the artistry that they put into this deck. And it does come with a little guidebook. The only downside that I have for this deck is the guidebook, but it's okay. The guidebook is basically like all tarot guidebooks. It is supposed to be small, give you a little kind of base starting point to kind of take you down that road with tarot and give you the meaning of the cards. But the only thing I don't like about this one is the guidebook is small and just paper, and it slips inside the book, or it slips inside the box. That's the only thing I don't really like about it. If I kind of prefer my deck guidebooks, I should say, to be a little sturdier, but that's the only, that's really the only negative thing I have. It's not about the message. All the messages, by the way, in the book are fantastic. And they point a different perspective than traditional tarot. That is the other thing I absolutely love. They give you that spooky theme, but it still tells you what the card actually means. And it's super cool. I love that. But beyond that, that is the structure of the book is the only thing I don't like. That's the only bad thing I can say about this entire deck. And that is so minuscule compared to how amazing this deck is. So if you're interested in this deck, please go buy it. And the cool thing is, it has already been sold out twice on Amazon since last week. I'm pretty sure that it has, because I know people were saying that they weren't able to order it because it wasn't in stock, and it wasn't going to be in stock for a couple of days. And when I went to go look at Amazon this morning before recording this episode, there was only 15 of them left. So if this is something that you're interested in and you want to buy it through that affiliated link, which is an Amazon link, please do so. You can go ahead and do that, but remember there's only 15 of them left. So get yours and get it quick. If not, you'll have to wait a week or so to get till they get more in. I know Llewellyn also has some. And again, if you want to buy it from your local occult shop to support them, by all means, go in there. You can request them to order you a copy. Now, if they're ordering it from Amazon or Llewellyn, be advised that if they are low on stock, it may take them a week or so to get it in. So, other than that, y'all, go buy this deck. It's freaking awesome. It's so, so awesome. I was so pleasantly surprised when I opened this deck. And like I said, I'm really picky when it comes to tarot. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. And I was completely blown away. It was so good. So I hope this is something that you guys are interested in. I hope that you guys will definitely check out that deck. Also, coming up in a couple of weeks, we have the author of Llewellyn's Little Book of the Day of the Dead, Jamie. I apologize if I butcher your last name. Jamie Garonis? Apologize if I got that wrong. I'm terrible with names. Please don't hold it against me. He's going to be coming by. He's going to be talking all about Day of the Dead practices, how we can incorporate those into our own practice, and how we can work with our own ancestors, and especially how to work with ancestors if you're adopted. We're going to talk about all that cool stuff. So come and check out that interview. It's going to be out later this month. We've also got some really cool stuff happening with Witchy Wednesdays. Those are over in Gilded. And if you are new to Gilded, it is gilded.gg/RPN. You can come over there, join the Witchy Wednesday chat. We do everything from working on our divination skills to spells to recipes, and all sorts of all kinds of cool things are happening there. We also have our Seance Saturdays. We just had a really interesting one with Katie Webb this last week. That was a super fun one. And we've got other ones coming up. We've got Ty Gowan coming by. I'm pretty sure Tenny is also coming by. So if you're a Tenny fan, please come check those out. Those are also, you can check out all the information in Gilded. You can also check out the information for those on revelatornetwork.com. And if you follow Kyle, my partner over on Chaos and Shadow, you can find all of the Twitch streams for those at Kyle Paranormal. So that is twitch.tv/Kyle Paranormal. Links will be in the description. I'm terrible at remembering links. Y'all know this. And yeah, so we've got all that cool stuff that is coming up. So get in there, get involved, check it out. Y'all know how to get a hold of me on social media. So come tell me about all your fun practices. If you get the deck, tell me what you love about it, because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to also shoot Llewellyn a message and tell them how much y'all are loving the deck as well. So get those messages to me. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Follow that social link. It's also in the description. And last but not least, guys, stay safe. I am like one of those people that was super paranoid about COVID, still am. And COVID came to my house. And we were still super prepared for it and super vigilant about it. And it still came to our house. So if you haven't gotten your vaccine, do so. Do so. Even if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the people who can't get vaccinated. There's a lot of people out there who can't, and especially a lot of them are children. So do that for them. Furthermore, wear your mask, guys. It's still not safe. It hasn't been safe for quite a while. Even if you are vaccinated, please wear your mask, because it may be the only thing that stops you from getting it. So be safe. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. And especially be kind to yourselves, because right now the world is really crazy. And if you need to, spend some time on that self-care and that self-love, because we all need it. So that is my short little episode for you guys today. And thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. If you are a subscriber to the show and you are helping keep the show alive and active, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for being a subscriber and supporting the show. If you are not a subscriber and you want to be, again, there is a link below. I'm going to just shut up about the links below now. Also, there is really great stuff happening over on revelatornetwork.com. Great stuff happening in Gilded. Make sure you guys come join. Thank you again. Stay safe, everybody, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.